Hello everyone, welcome to SAT Math. This is chapter number 5, word problem. In this video, we are going to solve the word problem in which we are going to use the inequalities. So the concept of inequality we have covered in the chapter number 4, like how to solve the inequality. Just like if I say 2x is greater than minus 4. So what is the value of x? So to solve this thing, we have to divide by 2. So if 2 is a positive number, so if you divide by 2, sign of inequality won't get changed. So x is greater than minus 2. But on the other hand, if it is minus 2x greater than 4, this time if you want to solve for x, here we'll be dividing by minus 2. So when you divide by minus 2, 4 divided by minus 2 is minus 2. The sign of inequality will get reversed. So the only thing in the inequality which makes a difference in the solution part, whenever you are dividing or multiplying by a negative number, sign of inequality reverses. And this is the only thing where we have to be very careful while solving the inequality. Again, you can solve it in the Desmos also. You can put this inequality in the Desmos. Desmos will create the graph of this. In the last video, after this, I will share all the concepts like how you can use the Desmos in solving the inequalities. But you should know manually also for other exams also, right? So let's start with this questions. So we have two word problems are there. So we'll be creating the inequalities. So the question says, Tom wants to rent a truck for 2 days and pay no more than 300. We have learned the meaning of no more than 300 means something is less than or equal to 300. How far can he drive the truck if the truck rental cost $49 a day plus $0.40 a mile? So basically he has a maximum of $300. In that $300 he has to rent a truck, and it is saying $49 per day is the cost rental, and he is taking for 2 days. So it means 49 times to $98 he will pay for the rent. Now for the remaining money he has to drive, and the driving cost is $0.40 a mile. So we can say let he can drive for X miles. So fixed cost will be how much? First let's say fixed cost. Since it is the fixed cost is $49 a day and he is taking for 2 days, so 49 times 2, $98 he will be the fixed cost, and $0.40 a mile. So variable cost is, if he's driving for X miles, the money will be used as 0.40x. Now it is saying money with him is no more than 300, means it is maximum of 300, so less than or equal to 300. So the inequality which we will be creating is, I'm writing over here, 98 plus 0.40x less than equal to 300. So if you will plot this inequality in the Desmos, directly it will give you the answer. But again, some of the things you can do manually also. 300 minus 98 over here, so that will be 202. Once again, so that will be, and now this is 98 divided by, so we are dividing by 0.4. so since we are dividing by 0.4 on both the sides, so sign of inequality won't get changed, so it is divided by 0.4. so we are getting 98 sorry, I've done a mistake. 300 minus 98, 300 minus 98 is 202. I have by mistake I've written 98 only. 1 second, this is 202. So this is 202, and 202 divided by 0.4, it is 505. So we can say maximum he can go for 505 miles, which is option B is the correct answer. Let's take the another one. It says, at a sporting goods store, J paid $172 for a pair of shoes and a pair of pants. The pant cost less than 2/3 of what the shoe cost. What is the minimum price of the shoe to the nearest dollar? So J paid $172 for a pair of shoes and a pair of pant. So shoes plus pant costing $172. The pant cost less than 2/3 of what the shoe cost. So cost of pant is less than symbol is this, less than 2/3 of what the shoe cost. Now it is asking what is the minimum price of the shoes to the nearest dollar. So we have to create the inequality in terms of shoes only. So we will be replacing this P. Now from the first equation, P is equal to 172 minus S. Therefore replace this. So 172 minus S is less than 2 by 3 of S. So you can take this 2 by 3s plus s. So we can write it in the reverse order also. On adding this, it will become 3 plus 2, 5 by 3. So we can say 5 by 3 s is greater than 172. Now in order to solve this, we will multiply by 3 by 5 on both the sides. So if you multiply by 3 by 5 on both the sides, so let's solve this thing. 172 times 3 divided by 5. So s is greater than 103.2. Right. Now what does that mean? It is saying what is the minimum price of the shoes to the nearest dollar. So to the nearest dollar means s is greater than 103.2. So since it is the money, so money will be minimum he has to pay 104. They will not round off. So total money we will be paying as $104. To the nearest dollar it will be this. In terms of money it will be round off to the 104. So total money, minimum money he has to pay is 104 for the shoes. Let's see this one. It says Ty earns $14 an hour working on weekdays, $21 an hour working on weekends. If he wants to make at least $600, so minimum amount is 600, by working a total of 36 hours in a week, to the nearest hour, at least how many hours does he need to work on the weekends? So let's say this is the weekends and that is the weekdays. So since we want to find at least how many hours does he need to work on the weekends, so let's say on the weekends he needs to work x hours. Since total of 36 hours he has, maximum he can work only for 36 hours in total. So if he is working x hours on the weekends, so 36 minus x hours on the weekdays. Now it is written Ty earns $14 an hour working on weekday. On the weekday he is earning $14 an hour, this is the rate, and for the weekend it's $21 an hour. Now it is written if he wants to make at least $600, so we can say weekdays money plus weekends money, that should be greater than or equal to 600. At least means minimum he has to make 600. So how much money will he make in the weekdays? In the weekdays it will be multiply both of them, total 14 multiplied by 36 minus x plus 21 multiplied by x, that is greater than or equal to 600. Again you can put this in the Desmos. I am using the basic calculator just to show you how to solve this inequality. Otherwise you can put in the Desmos. So first you will do 14 times 36, that will be equal to 504 minus 14x plus 21x greater than or equal to 600. 21 minus 14 is 7x, and if you subtract 504 on both the sides, that will be 96. 600 minus this. So x will be greater than or equal to 96 divided by 7, that is 13.71. So since it is asking to the nearest hour, minimum at least how many hours he has to work, so it means x will be equal to greater than or equal to 13.7, so 14 hours. So minimum of 14 hours he has to work on the weekends so that he can earn at least 600. So this is the final answer. Let's see the next question. It says the number of students in a geometry class is 4/5 the number of students in a Spanish class. So number of students in the geometry class is 4/5 the number of students in Spanish class. Total number of students in both the class does not exceed 54 means either it is 54 or less than 54. So geometry class plus Spanish class less than or equal to 54. Total number of students is less than or equal to 54. What is the greatest possible number of students in the Spanish class? So we are looking for Spanish value, so we will be replacing GS 4 by 5 of S. So it's a very easy one. Just replace GS 4 by 5 of S plus S less than or equal to 54. So it will become 5 plus 4, 9S by 5 less than or equal to 54, and just multiply S is less than or equal to 54 multiplied by 5 by 9. So 54 multiplied by 5 by 9 if you want to solve. 54 multiplied by 5 divided by 9. S is less than or equal to 30. So it means the greatest possible number of students in a Spanish class can be 30. It can be either 30 or less than 30, but not more than 30. So option A is the correct answer. So see, sometimes solving the inequality or the equation manually will be faster as compared to the calculator. So I hope you have understood all these questions. So thank you for watching this. If you have any doubt and any questions, send me your doubt over this WhatsApp or on this mail. Thank you for watching this.